And here we go again. So let's start with the biggest one, the one that I've been seeing the most about, the one that's probably got the easiest explanation. That big thing that happened at the end of episode 2, he's probably fine. That does not break canon in any way, shape, or form. We're talking about a universe where you can get split in half and you somehow pull through. This is the Star Wars universe. In the Star Wars universe, that's just a flesh wound. The other one that I'm seeing quite a bit of is the whether or not Leia could have possibly, in the expanse of her 19 years, have run into Obi-Wan before. How could she possibly address him like she didn't know him in A New Hope and then have been rescued by him in this series? Like, she was 10. You remember people when you were 10 and that you haven't seen since? Are you really close friends? Like, you're a completely brand new person between the age of 10 and 19. You're an adult and you're a child. When you met someone when you were a child, it doesn't matter how significant that meeting was, you're probably not going to address them like your best buddy. You certainly aren't going to address them in a non-diplomatic fashion if you are a diplomat asking a warrior to come assist you in a rebellion. Like, it's kind of silly suggesting that there's no way they could have met based on that singular message she sent to him pleading for his assistance. And then the other one that I'm hearing a little bit less of, but I'm still hearing, is how is it possible that Vader and Anakin met in the interim between the prequel and the original trilogy? That's also fine and entirely possible. Nothing in either trilogy suggested that they hadn't at least met once in that time in between. The last time Vader saw Obi-Wan was fine, so he would have no indicators to suggest that he's dead unless one of the Inquisitors brought him his corpse. And in the original trilogy, the only thing Vader says is, "I sense a presence I have not felt since," and then trails off. So we don't actually know what the last thing that when the last time they met was. So that's also fine. The only reason that you can think that these are major continuity errors is because you inferred things that you haven't been confirmed yet. Your perception of what happened in between the two trilogies or at any point in the Star Wars universe is not necessarily what actually happened. If it hasn't been fleshed out yet and they have chosen to flesh it out, well, that's up to them, and your assumption could very easily just be a mistake. And look, I know that some of you look for continuity errors. I don't know why, but if you're gonna try to find continuity errors for some reason, at least, double check.